what music this is? This is my victory dance music. Not really a dance, but it's definitely a victory music for me anyway. And for Fnatic as well. Because Fnatic looked absolutely dominating in that game 1 of the first winner bracket semifinals here against Liquid. And I predicted it correctly.
We were wrong.
You were wrong.
What? You guys were wrong.
Yeah, we were wrong.
Yeah, we were wrong. You were right. We
I was. It happens sometimes. You know, after when that happens, it doesn't happen very often. But when it does, I get my own tune.
There's actually a lot of times where Shiver says stuff in the back, and people are like, they ignore what Shiver said, and she was absolutely right. She always remembers these little niche things.
I'm pretty sure like I've only got one thing right being on this couch so far, and that was like a final pick. So I'm just like, I'm not 100% either way.
But you know, Dota is not about predictions.
No, it's not. It's about
execution.
just good execution, good plays, and Fnatic were on fire. And I think this is like, man, Abed's been on fire with this Phantom Lancer lately. He's been playing incredibly well, and they really shut down Kuro. Like he was actually unable to really do much in this game.
I really like that they gave him the rampage at the end. Like, click, come here, come here. Please.
Ohio would have taken that kill.
He would have. But no, it started out as an even game. Let's go back to the beginning. It started out looking kind of okay.
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It's like, Dragon Knight was holding his ground. There were moments where the Disrupt was trying to get him for a gank. I was like, this shouldn't be happening. So it didn't. So he backed away. But then they got really aggressive on him. They were going on the tower. And it just kind of felt like, I don't know, I kind of, the more I sat there, I was kind of like, oh no, I get why they get the dazzle, because I was looking, I was like, this is not a bad game for Pipe or Dragon Knight because there's so much magic damage, but the dazzle gives you the save. And I think we saw, later on in the game, there's a moment in top lane where he's like, dazzle save me, I'm going to TP out. That's a bear, that's a bot, and he just dies.
Yeah. Envy had a spectacular game on the lone druid as well. I mean, this item build just seems so strong. This Dominator just benefiting from your Rabbit, your Battle Cry, and everything. So you can just do this split push. We saw him, as soon as he gets that Dominator, sure, his team might have been like taking fights and matching versus Liquid. He goes top, takes a tower, goes mid, takes a tower after taking the bottom tier 1 already. Claims 3 towers for his team very early on with these movements. And yeah, it was really impressive for me with that for Envy.
Yeah, high tempo. I believe you have a replay for us, Pigeon.
Yeah, this is just kind of like, this is the opposite to the Dragon Knight phase. You just kind of come in here, they jump everything on Envy, and look at this, he's just tanking up so much damage, and then you just kind of get the turnaround where it's like, this is the moment where you're like, no, he's still alive. Matu tries to chase in, and suddenly sad face because Matu doesn't actually have enough damage. He's just going to have to walk away. Off you go, off you go. Please don't chase. And this is my favorite part right here is, Dragon Knight, when you're behind, no one seems to care about you because they're just trying to get rid of Matu. And Dragon Knight's just kind of like...
Doesn't have Dragon Form.
Yeah, he didn't have Dragon Form too.
He's like, pay attention to me, guys, please. Just, someone. And they're still... They're cutting out perfectly. Fnatic, their execution of these fights was outstanding. And, you know, they got to a point, there was the early point where Kuro was concerning. And then you skip past that and it's just about kill Matu. What can a Dragon Knight do?
Yeah, Gyro got very shut down toward the later stages because of just the nature of the matchup versus that PL. We mentioned it beforehand. If you're behind on a Gyro versus that PL, you become pretty squishy. And he went for the Mask of Madness build too. He's like, sure, I have Weave to be able to build my armor, but Mask of Madness, you're -7 when you use that on yourself. So he does get focused down pretty heavily. And yeah, Fnatic, they got that early Blink Dagger on Universe too. They just kept making plays all around the map.
And who do you think that the public voted for the MVP for this game?
Oh, it's a hard one actually. Like Envy did a fantastic.
But Envy has a large fan base as well. That would be my motivation.
And we made it easy for him because #Envy wasn't it instead of
we did.
I would probably give it a Envy or Abed.
Yeah,
it's got to be one of those two, definitely.
Yay! Envy wins indeed.
And Abed got second.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Nice.
We did it. We predicted correct.
We predicted correctly. Make sure to vote as well for the next game. We have this every game, almost every game. Sometimes we forget to turn the machine on, but that happens. You know, it's a Shiver show, not everything's perfect. But we are gonna head into second game.
Yes.
And this is a learning moment for Team Liquid. They need to adjust, recover, and then go for it. And this was this a drafting issue, or just outplay?
I think it was outplay, personally. I think maybe like, I mean, I liked Liquid's draft. I think I think overall the Fnatic, they took advantage of a lot of it. They shut down Kuro, and like in theory, you know, you look at Dragon Knight versus Phantom Lancer. Like if DK can keep up in levels and everything, you get your Dragon form, you can be decent. But they didn't let Kuro really get to that point.
I really didn't.
Yeah, and I think like the dazzle maybe fell a little bit short for me. I didn't really feel the impact too much from Hien.
Yeah, like we were calling it in. Just like it's an interesting one you said for the weave, but
yeah. it had cool type of uses that could have been really beneficial, like working with Flak, with Gyro, also versus that PL to be able to spot it out with the weave. You always know which one the real is, but yeah, I didn't really feel like it did that huge commanding, like that impact that we would want from it.
All right, so what do we focus on for the second game? What? Cause is it going to come down to the supports again, setting that tempo? Is it going to come down to GH? Give GH a great hero?
I mean, GH got farmed. He got really farmed. He was like he was level 7 and he got a Blink Dagger on the Rubik. But I think for me, it's more making Kuro have a better game.
Yeah.
Make Kuro have a better game?
Yeah, make Kuro have a better game.
It comes down to Kuro versus Envy, who farms better. I think that's going to be a differentiating factor too often, these kind of lineups.
But this is the problem, right? Because obviously they're playing with the stand-in, and Kuro, he mentioned yesterday, he was sitting here and he says, well, I don't feel like I am where, you know, I need to be, where I want to be in terms of being the carry. He's only just back on the roll after a very long time. Are you going to try to pit Kuro against Envy? In that case, do you want an even matchup for the two in terms of giving him a core like that?
Like, it's unfair to make the comparison, right? Because Envy's been playing carry for so long.
But wouldn't you put him, like, for example, on the fear type of position? Just
a little bit more of like a sacrifice.
Yeah, and focus maybe a little bit of extra emphasis on mind control, being able to get some extra farm.
Matu.
They kind of did, though, right? They put the Dazzle dual lane bottom.
Yeah.
So they were trying to actually like make those two hero, but I think for me, like making so Kuro can have more of an impact. Like I guess it depends on what hero he gets. Like for me, the Dragon Knight was kind of a key in their lineup. So I think if they have something like that where they need this DK to actually have farm to stand versus PL, they have to focus more on Kuro. But if they have something on Matu that they want to focus around, like this Pugna, and they have Kuro on a hero that's more sacrificial, then they can switch it up.
All right. Well, we have a draft. We can find out what the teams are planning here. Another IO ban. Another Fnatic on the Radiant side, by the way. That's the same as previous game. And we've got another IO Veno ban.
Clock and Disrupt are both the supports that just got taken up by.
That means that Tusk and Death Prophet are the two heroes that are still in the pool comparatively to previous bans they had.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage...
And these are the same bans again.
Instant pick Gyro. They did not hit at all from that one.
Nope.
They're making, so with these bans, at least what this tells me is they want to give the Gyro a better game. Because last one, Gyro could have had a good game, but there's actually heroes that were quite good versus him. We were mentioning the PL, Lone Druid can be pretty decent, and then these supports. The Clockwork, you're able to tank a lot of that damage that actually comes in. So when I see that Clockwork ban, it tells me they want Matu to have a very big impact on this Gyrocopter.
Yeah, take the pressure off Kuro. You know, if he's not feeling too comfortable in the role, we're saying, you know, it's unfamiliar for him. And, you know, Matu, he's that type of guy that makes a lot of space. So that is kind of your hope here. And I do like the task from Fnatic. It kind of sets kind of like similar Clockwork effect, just that control early on. You get in, you can switch it into quick kills. It's nice against the Gyro because it's one of those type heroes that breaks up any chase down.
DJ's been crushing it with this, and they just quick pick the PL into the Gyro. Just because of that matchup, as we've been mentioning so much, you have to be ahead on the Gyro to deal with this PL. And we also said Abed's just been really spectacular on this hero lately.
I don't think we see a Dazzle again this time. Like, I think it just didn't have the impact they're looking for. I think they need someone more aggressive, maybe someone who can capitalize. Maybe more stand like a Witch Doctor, possibly. On the
I personally want more catch for the PL if they're gonna look at that, like straight up, like something like that Sanking. Heroes that can actually deal with this hero and give them more AOE.
Yeah, because it felt like at the end of the day, if Kuro failed to get the levels.
Yeah, and there's the Sanking. I think that's a very ideal pick versus Phantom Lancer at like all stages of the game.
Maybe we see a Ruby 2 next for Liquid. I mean, GH has been playing this hero fantastically. You know, even when they lose, he does look quite strong. He finds good farm. And Sanking Rubik is just a classic combo. It's one of the, like, my thought process goes instantly there as soon as I see one or the other.
5 seconds remaining.
I heard Envy talk a little bit louder, trying to catch what he's saying. I heard GH having a lot of impact there, or at least a lot of talking time, I should say, into the draft. I always find it interesting because obviously Kuro, you know, it's a dictatorship, I think, that they said from TI with input, but Kuro's word is law. So it's always interesting to hear who's trying to have a lot of input in the draft.
Yeah, it's always good to be open to hearing what other people say, but you do not have that definitive shot caller. And Omniite does get banned out by Fnatic. Oh, they get rid of the Lone Druid. I mean, it did cause them a lot of issues. I think the concern is if we can't shut down Envy, if we're forced to be somewhere else. We don't want to see a hero like Lone Druid or Weaver, these type of heroes where if you give Envy 10, 15 minutes, you can't stop him.
I think it's similar to the like what I was talking about with the gyro. They want Matu to have this very heavy impact, and Lone Druid is one of those that you can match very well versus this gyrocopter. Once you get your you get these item timings, you're so durable, so tanky with this Dominator Radiance build. You don't really care too much about this gyro until like gyro gets like 4 slotted or something like that, and you're gonna have pretty good timing against that gyro with Lone Druid, being able to force buildings and get ahead. So they ban the Coddle.
We don't actually see Cottle get banned out too often, but...
I mean, versus GH, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the Pugnum response as well.
Hmm.
What's this? Liquid banning out green heroes?
It's
broken.
It's this Tusk, the Tusk +1, Tusk plus Pugna. We've seen that dual lane time and time again. How much pressure you can actually cause. We actually saw it today, right?
Yeah.
We saw OG run that dual lane. It does
Easy
threaten quite a lot.
5 seconds remaining.
So third pick for Fnatic, probably going to be their second support. I mean, the PL it's hard to actually just deal with this early in the draft. It works nicely. Oh, Willow.
Okay.
Getting more Willow today is, you know,
Yeah,
not a bad
second
day
half
of
today.
Willow.
Well, we had like we said, we had banned a couple of times,
We did.
but it's interesting to see him or her, sorry, see her picked up a couple of times as well, because it just teaches us a lot more about how that hero can be played.
Yeah, I think I like seeing this hero personally because it gives you a lot of we need to learn about it. Like, we don't know too much. And I mean, Willow versus Sanking the root is always going to be great. You'll define, and you have multiple stuns to like lock down that Sanking. And there we go. Heen,
third
got
game.
the AA.
There you go. They were successful with it before. 100% win rate on LAN here.
Yeah, works real well in combo with their 2 previous picks, the Spell Amp for the Sanking as well as the Gyrocopter.
So much mid-game presence, and it's not like you kind of ambush them more than anything. It's not something like a Dark Willow can get a roll off and then ruin your initiation. Sanking's going to jump from the side. If he gets a quick blink, fantastic. AA going to be super far back, ready to just Kobe it with the Ice Blast. I like this. Bit more old school. We don't actually see AA with Sanking as much because some people worried that AA doesn't have that impact. But obviously, the changes they made to chill and touch means it's very easy to run down early kills now.
There it is again.
So I think for this time around with the Centaur, I think it's exactly the same as the last time when they picked it versus the Gyro. They want this hood or this pipe / Crimson Guard carrier versus the spell damage that's coming out from Gyro, Sanking and AA in particular this game. Way to start the fight as well.
Yeah, I mean, especially like the Willow, if you know she's not getting a lot of farm, it's still a hero that can have a lot of impact with positioning, so it's going to work very well from that end. It's also the case you don't want your PL running in too quick. It's like, guys, we can't get in with you in time. Just bear with us. I mean, Liquid...
This time they've got better tools to deal with the PL, because I think the PL was the big issue for me in the last game.
God, yes. He had a great lane. And, I mean, maybe Kira gets something a little bit more comfortable. I'm not sure about... Like, I go... Like, Kira is that type of hero I think of. Player I think of, like Chaos Knight. It's not the worst choice here. I don't think you really want it too much against Centaur, because it's easy to just stop an initiation onto him, really.
Well, they're taking their time.
I don't know, they could just add more to their big kind of wombo combo here, right? Like the
Could go for something like Death Prophet this time around.
Yeah, still in the pool.
Still in the pool.
It's nice as well, because when you pick a Gyro, you want something that can stand at the front with him. Because if your Gyro is just left alone, like, hey guys, I'm just going to tank everything for you. No, you're not. You haven't got enough health to do that.
I mean, I'm a little iffy about it, because PL can also be pretty good versus DP at the same time.
Yeah, once again, if Abed has a great lane.
Yeah, I think they want to double down though. I really think they want to pick heroes that can just crush this PL. Like, I mean, we hear them even saying still Dragon Knight, just like last game, because I mean, if the Dragon Knight does get online, you can be pretty good versus PL.
And I feel like they've got better gank for the mid lane.
Yeah, this time they can be more active with their supports.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see what Mind Control is going to play this game. I feel like he's going to have to play a bigger role. I mean, sure, he was doing okay on the Beastmaster, but I just think that they should prioritize him a little bit more in terms of a tempo setting hero. Tide Hunter.
They add to the combo.
Yeah, this is lots of team fight coming out, and still they're addressing this PL much more heavily this time around.
Yeah.
It's great in general. Like Tide don't seem as much recently. It's just kind of like he came in. He's a weird hero. He kind of peaks in popularity and then down again week by week. But he's a dominant pick. It's hard to actually just completely shut him out of lane. And if you do, he just goes jungle. So I mean, he's not the fastest jungler, but he can.
And at least now they're not locked into that Dragon Knight and that they have to have another hero that deals with the Phantom Lancer, and they have basically the freedom to choose what they're most comfortable with.
Fnatic's got last pick.
Yeah. I heard them say something about a Viper or a Razor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do like this thing. You know, we said like Euro, he had a hard lane, so this kind of relieves some pressure. They've got great support for that mid lane, and I think they've got some flexibility in what they want to actually take in that mid this time. They will go first, so I still do quite like Death Prophet here. It's one of those safer picks. There's an easy shutdown. At the same time, you could run the Gyro mid. I don't think you want to this game either. You just want to get it a few crucial items early on, then turn it into quick pushes.
They don't want to get brooded.
Yeah. I look at it. Yep, I can understand that. The Centaur can somewhat deal with them, but your biggest concern is Brood against PL.
And you never want to get last. You never want to deal with Brood last pick when you've got very limited AoE and very limited heroes that can actually lane versus her.
Absolutely.
My control was getting very loud there.
He was.
In the draft.
Yeah, right.
I like listening to this.
Yeah, it's you know, I know that it's not done to get a microphone on the players during the draft, but it used to be done.
It used
a couple of tournaments, there were like...
It's kind of interesting, yeah.
I think there actually was a tournament where during the game, the casters would like quiet for a bit, and they went...
Columbus.
Yeah,
yeah
and they went to the like during a team fight, they went to listen to what the players said during a team fight. It was quite fascinating actually.
Yeah, that's where Pi was actually renowned as one of like the best support players, if not the best player in the world at the time, because of his just map prowess. And you heard that a lot of the times when they would talk about when they would switch to the in-game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's something that you don't really notice when you're watching their game.
Oh, Timber.
So more ways to deal with that PL.
But we knew that they were gonna pick that because that was said very loud.
They said it really loud. I didn't want to say it.
I didn't want to say that.
They all were talking about it. Yeah. Even before the Tidehunter pick, they were all talking about it.
Because I don't know how much we should talk about what they're saying and stuff, because you know that is...
It is some inside, yeah.
It's inside information, but...
We don't want to betray their trust.
Exactly. And we also don't want, you know, any kind of lip reading from the side of Fnatic. You don't know if they can.
Hey, they might be very, very...
Because they can't hear us, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah.
I like the Timber here though. Like they've got so much control in these fights, but the concern is they're going to have to get off to a great start because Timbersaw is one of those heroes that doesn't do well from behind
and gets shut down by Spirit Vessel.
Yeah.
But if he gets ahead, he can get out of control real fast.
They don't have the craziest magic damage coming out on the side of Fnatic. Like Willow provides a decent amount too, but
who's playing the Timber?
Oh, whoa, Shaman.
Ooh, that's a Shadow Shaman.
Core Willow.
Can we finally have
Willow.
it? You can see it there. Who's picking what?
It's a Core Willow.
Oh yeah, they just screwed around. They got Envy Shaman. It's got to be, right?
Envy Shaman or Envy Willow? Who's Willow? You can look at it. Look at the...
I mean, Pi is still Willow.
Yeah.
And Envy's playing Shadow Shaman, guys.
And like, a part of me wants to see this because it just feels so brilliantly cloud. Like, you know, when was the last time you actually saw like Shaman core?
I mean, they've got a 4 protect, 1 for a PL, and this PL, there's a lot of picks to deal with this PL this time around. The Sanking, Timber, Tide.
I'm looking forward to Kira on the Timbersaw though, because I remember like the old days he loved playing snowball type heroes.
So Pigeon, you were wrong so far. Who is gonna take this?
That's mean. You're just calling him out still.
I'm gonna hide down.
No. You were wrong too. Don't worry. I'll get to you.
There we
go. We're wrong together.
No, but who's gonna take this second game?
I think like I'm gonna stick with Liquid because I like their lineup here. They got a lot of shutdowns for PL.
I'm sticking Liquid too.
No trust in the Shadow Shaman from Eternal Envy. I can tell.
Should we get 2 clips?
Fools! I'll go for Fnatic again. You know. Gonna keep my streak alive. I don't know if that's gonna be successful or not. But it's time to find out who goes to the top 3, who goes to the winners bracket finals here in game number 2 with Capitalist and Blitz.
You know, if you were thinking that I was going to open this intro and say, no, they actually did last second swap over and it's a Willow core, well, that's completely wrong. It is a Shadow Shaman, Eternal Envy Shadow Shaman, ladies and gentlemen.
Huh.
Blitz, what the hell is this?
I'm not sure. It's pretty cool, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, you got to think outside the box. I actually think this might work out.
You know what, like, it's so crazy because their lineup is so similar to what they ran in game 1 until that just major right turn where all of a sudden it's a Shadow Shaman core. I mean, I guess it does have the pushing that Lone Druid gave you. that's the one tie I can see between those two heroes. But
The year is 2018, and Dota is like in its 14th year. Anybody can play anything.
all right.
There are no limits, only what we imagine, Austin.
There are definitely no limits to Eternal Envy's imagination, that's for sure. So they are going to try and put the Shadow Shaman away from the tri-lane. I was actually trying to listen to the team comms as much as possible. Eternal Envy's a little hard to understand, but he did identify there was going to be a tri-lane, and they wanted to be able to dodge that. They didn't think that whatever their last pick here, which ended up being this weird Shadow Shaman pickup, could really stand up against that. Understandable.
Yeah, and look at this mid matchup as Kuro already getting aggressive onto Abed with the help of GH. He said, it wasn't my DK, but my Timber might be better.
And, I mean, Fog tackled this on the panel towards the very end of it. He was like, this is a 4 protect 1 around a Phantom Lancer, and Liquid's lineup is really adept at being able to deal with it. Not just because of the fact they have the Timber Saw matchup in mid, but they also have a lot of AoE coming out. Dark Willow going to die at bottom. So already First Blood being picked up by GH.
Heen AA, about to go 3-0. If you watch Matoma Man's, was it like his pregame interview where he's like,
yeah,
wonder if they're going to just ban Heen and we've got to figure out what to do next.
I was asking Heen, I was like, is Kuro going to let you play anything other than Ancient Apparition? You know what he said? He was like, you know, Kuro always says, I always tell him like, oh, AA is a good hero here. And he always goes, maybe next time. But when it's Heen playing the support, that Kuro's all about it. Instant picks it up in the first one, too.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Kuro's a hypocrite, for sure.
Another stun.
Make the move.
Pilot Die does have Shadow Realm up this time around. Needs to be able to get through the trees, though. They're doing a great job at pressuring this Dark Willow hero right now.
Yeah, at the same time, Tidehunter, top lane, how's he doing? Looks like he is not doing the best, as Envy is leading the game right now when it comes to CS.
I mean, let's not forget, Shadow Shaman has really good starting damage, like incredibly high. He's at 80 damage already at level 2.
My question is, do you commit to like the all-in, you know, just go for the push?
Like all-in, Refresher, Aghanim.
Because right now he's got a Ring of Aquila booted up.
So you think this is going to be a battle Shaman?
There is zero chance that this is a battle.
I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth.
Yeah,
He's going to be caught here, making his way through the brambles. Was okay, and he is going to be able to get to the safety of GH with a Burrow Strike. Now, they could still run him down. They have the movement speed advantage for Heen. It's just going to take a really long time for them to catch him. So Universe just gives up on it. He's like, screw it. I don't want to be out of lane for too long.
Oh, up the top.
GH with a little bit of double edge. You're right. They've caught the Tidehunter. Managed to get the Ice Shards on him, and Eternal Envy with the Shackles early pickup does a lot of damage. No, missile onto Centaur Warrunner, back over to the bottom lane where Universe is quite low, tries to go for the stop, unable to get away from that Rocket Barrage though.
Once again, his game being shut down a little bit. Does have a good amount of farm though, so won't be too sad about that death, and keeping 3 heroes up here is the prerogative right now for them, as Kuro doing much better this time around in a favorable matchup.
Yeah, he's just able to right-click the Phantom Lancer all day and get up those reactive armor stacks. Just free harassment non-stop.
This hero does not do that well against
coming in. Abed doesn't have any mana, nor does he. Oh, he actually has Magic Wand stacks, but he doesn't have Doppelganger, so he has no way to be able to dodge this one. But it looks like the HP he got off the Magic Wand is enough to tank through Kuro's nukes. Gonna go for another Timber Chain. Did not pop the Whirling Death, though.
Yeah, realizes that Abed is not that easy of a pickoff, but the aggression is nice in any way, as Envy is now out of mana, not able to go on Mind Control. He's well aware of that, is now starting to press forward. Mind Control taking advantage of the fact that it took quite a bit to kill him the first time around. Although now the Aquila is flying in.
Now you're about to behold the true power of Eternal Envy Shadow Shaman, who loses his clarity.
Yeah, Dota's a crazy game. He lost that thing instantly. He really needed it too.
Yeah, he definitely needed it. For all the Ether Shock harassment against Mind Control.
Quickly, Envy.
He's just doing
Bury yourself another
right
one
now. Ice Shard block in. Okay, that's a little bit. They also have Magic Wand up on Eternal Envy to give him a little bit more mana. But they wouldn't be able to kill him anyway.
DJ zoning him out, as Abed now near full HP.
GH popping out. Runs into Universe here. Hoof Stomp, double edge onto him. Pylai die. So you're going to try and... He doesn't actually have the Brambles up, just the Shadow Realm. DJ's going to try and help him out with a Snowball, roll onto GH, and they'll be able to get that one kill. Now it's a question of whether or not Universe can get away. Magic Wand stacks, that's good enough. They're separating the Rocket Barrage. Pylai die, pops the Shadow Realm at the last second here, gets maximum damage onto Matumba Man, and Fnatic managed to get away. No losses there. And a full heal for the Centaur as well. So this this defensive lane from Fnatic is going all right against the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, very well done by them with the kite. I misspoke, by the way, last game. The homing missile does same damage no matter what. They didn't change the tooltip for that, for whatever reason.
Yeah, the minimum damage.
Yeah, so that was on me.
I was going to correct you, but then I looked at the tooltip and I was like, wait,
Yeah.
I could have swore it changed. And they just didn't change.
So I had the same thought, and then I read it.
Yeah.
I was like, Dota wouldn't lead me astray.
Pylai die. Oh, Snowball. No, wait, he can't grab him because he's inside the Shadow Realm. So not able to dodge the Cold Feet still, though. They are able to kill the Ancient Apparition. Pylai die. They still die as a result, though. The Cold Feet got him in the end. GH is going to be able to get the double stun. Matumba Man closing in hot and fast with the Rocket Barrage. The Universe needs to get out of range of that one. Is able to do so, but the homing missile will snatch him up here, and he will end up going down. Abed actually making a rotation here. Going to try and run down GH with a Phantom Rush. Needs to get vision of him, though.
This is a huge commitment.
TP in from Pylai die. They'll get that kill.
And Abed making his way down, using a large portion of his mana just to get the kill on the support.
Do you think that was worth it for him?
I'm not certain. It's probably not that bad because Kuro can't really take the tower.
Yeah.
But
all he could do is just tank the tower and let the Siege Wagon do its harassment.
He's got 15 reactive armament charges. He doesn't care too much. SGH gonna make his way all the way around.
So unless they bring a lot of heroes here, Kuro will be able to take this tower eventually. Yeah. Like, he will just infinitely tank the tower. Shadow Realm, and now a stun popped onto Kuro. Fnatic, they know they want to be able to fight this one. Eternal Envy managed to get the catch onto GH. A Snowball picks up and makes sure that GH isn't going to be able to get away with Burrow Strike. Now, Ice Shard blocking in Heen. Looking to run him down in the river is an easy task for Fnatic. So pick up the two supports and stall up Kuro enough that they can at least kill that Siege Wagon. They will not forfeit their mid tower so easily.
Nice rotation by Envy on this core shaman. We shouldn't be thinking this is too crazy. We did used to see it like back in the day.
Yeah.
It was something that, if you recall, like TC, name we haven't heard in a while, and Sing Sing used to play. Like, Sing Sing was known for that, if I remember. Like in Dota 2, he was so good at the War Trap. Back then, it was actually hard to do. Like, you had to practice it.
Eternal Envy. He's here for mind control. He actually tried to go behind the tier 1 tower, and now they're going to bring Abed here as well. Mind control uses every bit of mana he has, realizes he's dead, so GH runs away.
Nice pickup. They get another core kill. The rotations from Envy, well worth it. And Universe, once again, not having the best of games, but better overall as Kuro going to get stunned up. Pai just trying to stop that aggression. Kuro looks like he still wants to go for it. It's Pylai die.
Yeah, if he gets him with the Tracham here, maybe GH with the Tranquil Boots can catch up. Pylai die going to be clipped by the Tracham. Does have the Centaur haste, but he turned around. Not enough communication. Centaur popping that Stampede could have given Pylai die the space he needed.
Yeah, now look at this mid tower.
Now it's dead.
Yeah, Abed is going to come in.
Abed tries to harass Kuro back. Meanwhile, top lane, Ravage going down onto the Shadow Shaman with mass TPs coming in. Shadow Shaman's definitely dead. Eternal Envy, his fate going to be spared for the moment by the Snowball, but they're going to run into the Gyrocopter ultimately. Just try and kill the kill on the Tide Thunder, but not successful. Seems like both teams going to run mass rotations all over the place. GH is able to catch Pylai die here. Homing Missile. Bramble out. Not enough to kill either Mind Control or GH.
Way too aggressive on the side of Fnatic, especially running into that Ravage.
Yeah.
There's not quite enough damage to be able to burst him as Kuro. He's going to finally grab this mid tower, relatively uncontested. This game around having a much more successful core run as he is second in net worth just behind Matumba Man.
Yeah, with Hooded Defiance, it's going to be real tough for Fnatic's heroes to threaten a Timbersaw.
Yeah, it's going to be a while before they can kill him.
They don't have a whole lot of burst damage, and if Hood just cancels out Double Edge, then what are you left with?
They're going to have to wait for some items. This has always kind of been, if Timber has a good game, you have to just sort of ignore him.
Actually, what am I saying? They got Dark Willow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of magic damage. That'll overwhelm the Hood of Defiance.
That hero's crazy.
That hero is wild.
But that hero also only has 935 net worth. and we're not really feeling our impact too much in this game yet.
And it's not level 6, which is a critical pickup, seeing as you get double ultimates.
And this is when Timber looks the strongest. When you can't gank him, he just continues to march down your towers, clear your creep wave instantly, then just get a bunch of range creeps hitting your tower.
GH is kind of hovering around that mid area, scouting some heroes, making sure that Kuro doesn't get like some sort of weird 4-man gank. Now, cutting behind that top lane, Eternal Envy is going to have to do his best to protect that tier 1 tower, but back over to Kuro, they are going to go for this kill. Setting up with the stun, Kuro, as the Brambles, has to nade through, but Universe is going to be able to catch up thanks to the stun of Dark Willow. Follows up, Cliff Stomp as well.
Does he even die here?
But look at this, he just turns on them.
Here.
He has 17 magic wand charges as well, so he can actually keep on going and see if he can catch somebody here with a Chakram. Thinking about it, throws it out, complete whiff. Meanwhile, Matumba Man does manage to kill Eternal Envy. Looks like that wraparound at the top lane. Didn't allow them to take the tower, but at least it got a very critical core kill.
That was not very close.
No, it wasn't.
Like I did not think they were going to be able to kill him. Hood +1 and he had 20 reactive armor?
Kuro trying to protect Teen, protect his coach as best as possible. Abed has the doppelganger to be able to jump down to the low ground.
Yeah, he better be careful. You want to protect your coach. Otherwise, he's going to tell you, pick Shaman Core. I'm glad you like that one. I mean, so far it hasn't worked out.
Is Adam's fault?
Who knows?
Well, it's certainly not a successful debut of the Eternal Envy Shadow Shaman core. For now, Liquid are up by 3K, 11 minutes in, and about to take a tier 2 tower. That being said, maybe Universe can come in big. He's actually gotten a lot more farm, a much better start than he did in game 1. As he's currently pushing out that top lane.
That is an early tier 2 tower picked up, especially the mid one. It's not often that we see the mid tower taken that early, even before they even took the bottom tier 1. That is the power of this Timbersaw in this game.
Yeah.
If Curl lives with half HP when 4 heroes come to gank him, and he's regenning through that, does he really think that 5th hero is going to make a difference?
Yeah.
No, so he's just going to march down. Does not care too much.
Do you think he identified as, like, do you think the mid tier 2 is the most important? Like, why wouldn't he just change to a different lane?
I think he just went down there because he's like, nobody can kill me.
Yeah.
If they come, my team can make a really fast rotation in. Taking the tier 2 is really nice. I can just sit here the entire game, which is exactly what he's doing. Has not moved.
Apparently he's just going to camp out here. Matumba Man going to be spotted by this Tusk. Now, Fnatic, they may not be able to mess with the Timbersaw, but maybe, or not.
They've got to kill other people on the map right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is...
They got to force Kuro to move somewhere else. Try and keep up with this team fight. Looks like they're trying to force this. That bottom lane, they managed to get the shackles as well as the wards on top of Matumba Man. Now he drops his ultimate as well as the Rocket Barrage. They're going to be able to kill Eternal Envy. Trying to run it. What a stun from GH with the Ice Blast! They're going to be able to blow up all of these heroes! Oh no!
That
Matumba
timing!
Man.
And Kuro, meanwhile, is running up Highlight Die. Very nice piece of teamwork by Team Liquid. The timing on that, he was so close to being able to kill Matumba Man. Oh, that was brutal.
I think Kuro's just like, what happened to bottom, guys?
Good job. Keep it going, team.
Just camped out at this tier 3. Let me know if you need help.
Thought for sure Matumba Man was going down at the very least.
Yeah.
That is now 2 unsuccessful gank attempts by Fnatic. Ooh, that is rough. That one feels bad. You dropped everything for that.
Yeah.
Envy even came for that. Dropped his wards. Thought it was going to be a sure kill, but the damage is simply just not there.
No surprise, he's going for the experience, just trying to boost this Shadow Shaman into those later levels. So we see that gank attempt again. So hard to kill a Gyrocopter without losing some of these heroes, but GH just perfect timing on that Burrow Strike.
And mind control from the fog. Casts his ult to make sure that there's no follow-up.
Matumba Man was really fast there to be able to get through those wards.
Yeah, there's just good team play. Everyone did what they needed to do, and Kuro hit a tier 3 tower.
I think at the end of this game, Kuro's going to be like, that was all you guys. I told you my carry was legit.
It's like, guys, did you see what I did? I did 100 damage to that mid tower on the dot.
How much damage to the tier 3s did you do at 15 minutes?
Dota is a building-based game, honestly.
That is true. Okay, you're going to try and go for a Tidehunter. Not so sure about this one, Fnatic. Ice Blast coming in hot. Not going to be able to land on most of these heroes. Just catches Pylon Diamond. Tubman will gladly take that kill. And here comes GH once again, able to slow down Eternal Envy with a Burrow Strike. And this looks like a simple rundown. Actually, they're missing a stun, so Eternal Envy, barely able to get away.
This feels like some kind of like Quisha. You know, you run down one option, doesn't work.
Yep.
Let's go with B. That wasn't it either.
Not the Timber Saw. Okay, now let's try the Gyrocopter. No, that didn't work either.
The Tidehunter, surely.
Surely we can take on the Tide.
Not the case at all,
No.
and right now they are starting to feel a lot of this pressure. Trying to make this move onto Kuroki.
Dude, if I was Heen, I'd be real nervous about right now. Because he's next on that list. They're going to go for a 4-man gank on the Ancient Apparition, dude. Bloodstone.
And someone was saying that when they were playing EG in that 27-0 game, they smoked and they said, guys, all we want to do in this game is kill this Chen, so we don't get it. We don't go down in history as the 27-0 team, and they couldn't even do that. But Dota has this funny way of working itself around.
Yeah.
Like Fnatic has that game against Na'Vi or against Secret, and then they have that game against Na'Vi. Pylai faking out his ult, but I mean, this Timber is such an issue. He just continues to hit your tower as Abed.
Here comes all that AoE damage. Abed in trouble. Terrorize is going to be able to get a lot of those heroes into the brambles, but no real damage whatsoever. So Liquid are just going to run back in, start beating on that tier 3. And it's going to drop. No contest, it seems, from Fnatic. Right now, they're just trying to split push. You can see the Centaur pushing out that bottom lane. They're not looking to fight right now.
Universe is trying to get something done, but the tier 3 tower is down at 16 minutes very early on in this game. Fnatic trying to press them back, but nobody really taking damage.
You can see now they're going to start harassing the Gyrocopter because harassing the Timbersaw doesn't do anything at this point. His regen is a little bit too high. Tubman, not one to care either. Thanks to his Aghanim Scepter, he's actually pretty tanky, the wraparound DJ in Universe. Who are they going to go for here? Who's important?
Go for Heen.
Pops now. They're going to go for Heen. They're going to try and kill the Ancient Apparition. He actually may go down, but the Ice Blast saves his life. Managed to kill the Centaur, and now Eternal Envy in big-time trouble. Inside the epicenter, turns around, holds up Kuro. He don't care for a damn minute. And that is the game. GG from Fnatic.
They went down the list. Couldn't get anybody.
I just have to ask myself,
the Shaman was a bit ambitious.
Was that a misclick? Did they mean Shadow Fiend? Shadow Demon?
I would imagine that was something similar to what they were trying to do, what Secret did. Try something out, did not work out. It was only game 2.
I mean, this is the kind of lineup that's just going to look god-awful if the lanes don't go well. Right?
Yes.
And that's exactly what happened. So, fair enough. Always, you know, it doesn't hurt. Experimenting,
if it worked,
you're already up a game.
Yeah, if it works, you look really cool.
Yeah.
But that was not
Next thing you know, every team at this tournament's going to be like,
how do we one-up this Phoenix mid?
You think that's what it was?
How do we one-up?
They saw Phoenix mid, they're
no,
like...
absolutely not. I think it was a genuine strategy, and it just didn't pan out.
Yeah. Lost laning phase. Rough times for Fnatic in early game 2. So that means we are going to have a game 3 between Liquid and Fnatic. Exciting stuff. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more.
Tune out a world of ordinary.